Hello, everyone. It's Laura with Intuitive Dreams, and boy, have I had a busy weekend. I went and did something that was just for me. I went to a Colette Baron Reed Oracle Palooza, and I feel like I came out of it a new person, so that's why I'm kind of getting on here a little bit late. Usually, I try to do this stuff on like a Saturday or Sunday so it's ready for people. But I figure, you know what? You'll be able to take it and use it if you hear the messages today or throughout the week to just kind of gather information. So this is the deck that we used is the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. And I'm going to use them to see what's the energy of the week as well. So I'm excited for this, guys, and that was so much fun. Have you guys ever done anything like that? Let me know in the comments below. And so let's get on with our reading. I'm feeling really good, really energized. I want to start with a theme for the week. So I'm going to be using the Super Attractor by Gabrielle Bernstein. So this is kind of our theme card for this week. And it is, I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. So that's what we want to focus on starting today and throughout the week into the weekend. So the angels are telling me that some people, it feels like there's a little bit of this tension energy still here. And along with the, we're still in the virus and all this variant now that's coming. The angels just want to say, don't live in fear. And Archangel Michael said, let's do a prayer right now for everybody all over the world. So we're just going to close our eyes, setting in our attention for protection and safety from the angels, and that they are blessing everyone, sweeping away the COVID-19, Delta variants, everything, and turning that into light, taking away the fear and bringing in light. So they want me to tell you to focus on yourself as a beam of light and that it's circling the earth. I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie Superman. Well, there's like a bunch of sequels. The old school ones from the 80s where he loses Lois Lane and there's a globe for the earth and he flies around it to reverse things. Well, that's what they want you to think of as your beam of light, and you're flying around the earth sending love and light to everything. So see yourself as that beam of light. Everyone really needs to step into their power now. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of the love energy we have. So I'll start with the couples or the married people first. We have the card Reach Out. And Archangel Michael and the angels are saying this is about talking about like they're showing me people talking out things and asking for help when needed. This might be talking to your partner more or reaching out for outside services to help you to be able to cope with what's going on in your family and your work life and things of that nature. So they said reach out. This might be just spending time with friends, enjoying that time together. And then, sometimes our friends are good places for us to hold space, but we don't want to just, meet up with someone and blat all our problems are in their face. I feel like it's, allow others to hold space for you, but don't project everything. All the problems are just right out there. I feel like they're saying to, get a counselor or a life coach or join a program with other people that are working through things so that when you're in friendships, not everything is just dumped on the person that is there. Because I feel like friends are important, but we also want to make sure that we're balancing that out. Like, okay, maybe this was something for a therapist, not for my friend. Because sometimes people want the best for us and they're giving advice that maybe we need a different opinion, So that's just something to think about. And then for the single people or the people just love being by themselves, more power to you. We have darkest fears. So this one may be, where am I getting in my own way? Where am I just seeing the best not seeing the best in things. I'm seeing the worst in the world. I'm complaining. I'm in negativity. I'm in judgment. I'm fear. I'm comparing myself to other people. I feel like this card comes out for you to take a step back. And for the if anybody resonates with this, take it in. If even if you're you're a couple or things of that nature. But what they're saying is, don't allow these fears, imagined or real, to get in the way from you enjoying this week. Okay? Do self-soothing, self-care activities, write, journal. I do feel like sometimes people want to achieve things or they want to go after goals, but yet the fears are like they're there and they're really strong. So I always, how I deal with fear is that I feel it. I get to the root cause. I journal about it. I'm like, okay, this is important here. What's really going on? And then, after that, I work through the feelings and then I can move forward. So sometimes we need to do that rather than just sitting in that fear or that anxiety or things like that. Now, the energy for the week, I'm going to do the beginning, middle, and end of the week. And we're going to start with the beginning. We have the card Encouragement. Okay? And if you see here, the theme of asking for help is important. You are receiving a nudge in the right direction. So sometimes spirit is nudging us, or it may be other people, or the synchronicities keep happening. You're like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Every time you think you're not going to, you get a reminder. This card tells you that you're being gently encouraged to step into your power, into the dream of your life. So I'm giving you some of the meaning of the card now, because this is a new deck and I don't know it that well, and I like to learn the meanings of the cards besides intuitive information. New things are out there to be explored, and the nurturing power of the universe is giving you a nudge in the right direction. You will get the help you need and won't be alone in your quest. Every step you take right now is supported by the wisdom of the universe. You are on the right path. So this card, it feels like, reaching out, helping another person. Sometimes we see our family is suffering, our friends, or just other strangers. What I've noticed is that kindness to strangers is leaving. And people are just, yelling at each other, or if they don't get something right in the store, they're complaining, and that was a point that was brought up in the class that I took with Colette, where she talked about she went into Starbucks and somebody was just, they're like, I want this, I want that, I want this, and then the person didn't make it right, and then they exploded. And it's like, okay, I need to stop and really think about, have I done that to someone? Or do I need to do some more inner work? And it's like, what's really happening here? It's not really about that coffee. So I'm just giving you an example from the class, which sometimes we could do that too, where we blow up on our family, our friends, and then we're like, the aftermath. Oh, wow, I did that. Why did I do that? So let's get to the middle of the week. And we have the card Magic Stream. And this one I pulled... For this card deck, some of the cards are reversed. So I'll show you what it looks like upright. So we see that Magic Stream there. And let me just turn it reversed, and then you guys can focus on it. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another. And another thing that it's like whatever, it's like the collective consciousness affecting you, that type of energy. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experience filter through the whole world. Now that was the upright meaning, and they told me to give you the upright meaning, but I'm going to give you the reversed as well. In a reversed position, this is the protection. The Magic Stream card represents swimming against the current. There are times when effort and sheer willpower result in victory and celebration, but this isn't one of them. So if you feel like you're fighting or struggling or resisting something, whatever you resist, it will persist. You can't force inspiration, and you can't manufacture creativity. Neither can you make someone love you or orchestrate a series of events that might place you in a more favorable position. Now is the time to drop trying and jump into the stream and float. So this is about flowing. Sometimes we'll get things that don't make sense or that we don't feel good about. And this is one of those times where, okay, instead of fighting against it or complaining or telling everybody, calling and telling all my friends, I'm going to stop and just flow with what's there and see, okay, I'm going to go to the place of being neutral. Because when you're neutral, it's like miracles happen. In the place of neutrality, that's where things really bloom. That's what I've learned, is that, when I'm putting something on a pedestal, like a person, a relationship, a situation, it stays up there and I never reach it. I'm always reaching for that brass ring and I never get it. But when I'm neutral and I'm like, okay, if it's meant to happen, it will happen. What are the steps I need to take? What am I not listening to in my intuition? It's like things work out a little bit better. Now, for the end of the week, we have the card Field of Dreams, and this is so cute. It shows like they said whatever you're working on, it's some of the stuff is hatching and it's getting out into the physical world. And the fairies are really good beings to work with because they help us to be playful, lighthearted, fun while we're creating our future. So I'll give you a little bit of the meaning of this card. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. This is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. Be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life regardless of the temporary outer conditions. So it may, like, this reminds me of the reading last week where it's like, things are happening, but you're not seeing all of the results yet. This might be it too, where things are hatching, ideas are percolating, stuff is growing, but it's not fully, it's like just in the cusp of entering our lives, like fully to the point where we're noticing it. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautiful, take action, and tend to the garden of your life. So what I get is take care of things that maybe you've been neglecting, or like, okay, I haven't been really doing, I'll just give you an example. I haven't been riding my bike every day. So now I'm going to get back on that bike and start up again. It's like, as we're changing and growing, we may stop and hesitate. And then we're like, okay, I'm not seeing what I want, so I'm not doing this anymore. And when sometimes it's just the consistency of it. And usually if something's not meant for you, you'll get lots of signs. I'll give you an example from me. I think I told you guys a story about my Mini Cooper that I had, is that I wanted it so bad, but it was like all these things kept getting thrown in my path. And I was just so determined to get it. I was going to manifest it, and then I got it. And guess what? 6 months later, it broke down. It was a lemon. And then they told me I couldn't take the car back. So that's just an example from me. I didn't fully, all the warning bells and signs are there. So if something's not meant to happen, it'll be overwhelming. But if you're fighting against it, you're fighting against that current, then okay, you know what? I need to stop and regroup. No matter how much I want this person, this relationship, this situation, my home business to work out, I need to stop and get back to grounding myself and doing baby steps and continuing to be consistent. Consistency is key here. If we start something and we do it for a little bit and then we switch to something else and then I used to be the type of person, I'm an artist, so I create art. I would stop and then work on a project and then switch to something else and then switch to something else, which that's nice if you're in a creative flow and you're completing all this stuff at once. So you have like 2-3 projects done. But if you were like me, how I used to be is that I would work on this project, put it aside for 6 months. Then I would work on another project, put it aside for 6 months. Then I had all the stuff half done. And it took us having a lockdown last year for me to make my own pet deck or my Chamuel Affirmation deck or create a kid's coloring book, stuff like that. So now it's like, I make sure that I come back and finish. So if I have art out every day or creative journals out, I make sure I write in it everything a little bit each day. And then now because I've done that, I have 2 projects ready to go that will be in printing. So it's just the energy of editing it, having other people's opinions, helping me to get things squared away. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here, guys, and enjoy your week. Sending so many blessings to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And the angels did say they wanted to remind people that usually I give a color at the beginning of the reading, and they said they just want you to focus on white. And they said the energy of yin and yang coming in so you can work with Michael, and Angel Daniel came through. So he says he's an archangel, but I know there's also like an Angel Daniel. So we have Archangel Daniel and Michael want to work with you guys and bring in that purity, that innocence, and bring it into every day. Thank you.